All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. Here we are in April, so we're going to be going through March's real estate numbers here. They're hot off the presses. Let's check this stuff out here. We're going to be going over single-family properties here in the capital region. We're going to do an overview of the whole capital region like we always do, and then we're going to break it down to our sub-areas. And as always, if you don't see an area that you're interested in that I didn't cover, because I can't cover everything, reach out, let me know. I'll be more than happy to do a video. Look those numbers up and get that out to you. My information will be in the description below. Check that out. My name is Chris McMahon. I am a licensed real estate agent here for eXp Realty. So we're going to get right into it here with our overview of the capital region. Let's check this out and see what we got going on here. So let's bring that right down. And we can see here. So here's our overview for the capital region right now. So we're seeing, as far as the active listings, it's staying about the same. It dipped a little bit here in that month. Let's come over here because I do like to see what the new listings are doing too, and that's just cluttering that up. So we're going to take that out right there. So yeah, so the number of active listings kind of leveled off. It's been dropping down here for a while, since about November. It did come down slightly, but as we can see, it looks like we might be at the bottom of that, especially with spring pretty much coming. We're feeling like it's hitting today. If you're out there today, it's a beautiful day out there. So it looks like that might be swinging around and coming back up. Typically in the past is the time when we start to see more things. So it's a pretty good bet to say we're going to be seeing more listings coming next month. But now the green line right here is new listings. So our new listings definitely jumped. So we got 753 previous month. We got 948. So we can see a pretty good jump of over of about 200 new listings in that month. And again, we're coming into that selling season. So expect that to kind of go up even more in April when we get done, and we're looking at April's numbers next month. Right over here, so we've got the average sales price here dipped slightly. It was at 335, just under that, and now it's 332. So a slight drop, nothing really that huge on that one. The absorption rate, that dropped a little bit too, to just under 2 months, which 1.85 the previous month, so it came down to 1.81. So it dropped a little bit, not a ton. We see right there. Now, the list to sold ratio, it was hit a low. This is a 12-month low that we saw last month, too, at 96.7%. We're seeing a spike come back up here. So it's rebounding at 98.3% this month. Days on the market did drop, so it tells me that there's some activity going on out there. It was at 41.4 days. It dropped down to 39, so it came down a little bit on that one. So now, this is always my favorite thing that I love to check this as we scroll down here. What price range are the houses selling at the most? What's the hot spot for the area? So for the capital region, our hot spot really right now is this 300 to 400 range right here, because we've got 137 sales in that range. In that one, if you take the 2 to 300 and you add these two together, because that's really the same, that's going to be 193. So that's actually going to take that a little bit. Going to be above that as well. But here's what we're looking at. 2 to 400 range right over here. We've even got, that 4 to 500 range. It dips down, but over $500,000 is actually a pretty healthy market right now with 104 listings sold in that previous month. So that's where the homes are selling in this area. Let's now go through. Let's take it and break it down in a couple different areas. We're going to start off with Saratoga Springs, and we're going to take a look at what Saratoga Springs has to offer, what we've seen in the change. Is it consistent with everything else here? We're taking those out. So, yeah, we got active listings went from 85 and went up to 90. So we're seeing an increase in some active listings here in Saratoga Springs, where the new listings, actually the opposite of what we saw, is the new listings came down just slightly by about 5 from 40, from 45 to 40 over there. So average sales price over here dropped just under 700,000, and it dropped down to 650. So we're seeing a little bit of drop in the listing prices, or the average sales prices in Saratoga. But month of inventory going up. It was about 2 1/3. Now it's almost 2 1/2 for the month of inventory. And the list to sold ratio jumped up from January into February to 102.5. And it came down to 98.4%, so just under that 100% mark right there. Days on the market stayed pretty even, staying right around 38. And as we go through, our favorite thing to check out here. Where are the homes selling in Saratoga Springs? Not much of a surprise. It's one of the more expensive areas in the capital region to buy a home, but we had 10 sales in that 500 plus mark in Saratoga when the second came in at that 300 to 400 range. Nothing in the 2 to 300, and we had 4 in the 400 to 500 range right there. But big thing to note, as is no surprise, has been pretty consistent with everything in the past. It's, the luxury living in Saratoga, we've got 500 plus in that range. Checking out the next one. We're going to go backwards. We're going to check out Clifton Park today. Let's go Clifton Park second. See what we got here. Let's take these out, get them out of our way so we can kind of get a clear picture of what we like to look at here. Active listings are up 39 to 45. So are the new listings. 17 jumped up to 40. Big jump in the new listings in Clifton Park in that area. So some opportunity in there. If that's a place that you're looking at, looks like there's some homes out there for you. Average sales price was $475. It did take a little bit of dip down to $468. Absorption rate jumped to about 1.42, up for 1.2 from 1.25. So up over there. List to sold ratio. This increased. So this is like a hot spot for people to buy in Clifton Park. It was 102.4, and now it's up to 104.2. So an increase in the sold to list ratio. Days on the market did drop down to 19 from 38. So we're just under 3 weeks in that area right there. And coming down, where are the hot spot here as far as the ones selling? Again, over the 500,000 range, we had 10 sales for that month at over 500,000. Second is at 4 to 500,000. And you kind of come in here and check if you combine these two, that 2 to 300 range is third, followed closely by that 3 to 400 range. These are all pretty close within a number of two, but the 500 plus is clearly the winner as well in Clifton Park for the hot spot for the price range. So it's going to check out Albany. And here we go with Albany now. So again, we got active listings going up. Active listings from 64 to 69, jumped up 5. New listings 40 to 71, a big jump in new listings in there. Average sales price did come down from $263 to $255, so it dropped about $8,000 in Albany. Absorption rate went up from 1 month to 1.08 months, so rise just slightly up above that. The list sold ratio was at 98%, and now we're at 99.5%, so almost at 100% sold to list ratio. Days on the market dropped from 39 to 23, so over a month, about a month and a week, down to just over 3 weeks as far as days on the markets on there. And where are the numbers coming in for over here? Not so much that 500 range, but that 3 to 400 range, we got 19 sales in there. Even when you add the 250 and the 250 to 300 range, you're still getting 16. This is still winning out over that right there. So that 3 to 400 range is where we're seeing the hot spot there for Albany as far as the sales go. Ballston Spa. All right, so here's what we got for Ballston Spa. Again, we're seeing both of these increase. Active listings was at 29. New listings was at 17. Active listings are now at 32, and new listings are now at 29. So we're seeing both of those jump up. Listing prices, average sales price went from $369 down to $360. So another decrease in the average sales price over there in Ballston Spa. Months of inventory creeping in. It went up, but creeping into that month and a half range right there. List to sold ratio was at 99.3. That was a 12-month low that we saw. It's now up to 100.6. So they're getting just slightly over what they're being listed for in that area. And we've also got days on the market is 28. It dropped down to 23. So it came down 5 days as far as that is concerned. And let's zoom right down here. Our hot spot right here, that 3 to 400 range. So we got 8 sales in that area. The second came into that 4 to 500 range with 4 sales. Queensbury. Heading up north, getting close to the Adirondacks in Queensbury right here. Okay, so here's what we got. Again, we're seeing both of these jump up. We've got Active listings at 20, new listings at 26 that came up. Both an increase. New listings were at 14, active listings were at 16. So we saw that jump up right there. Right over here, as far as the average sales price, another decrease, 384 to 363. So buyers, check this out here. We're seeing a number of decreases as far as the average sales price for homes in that area, in the capital region. So absorption rate is going up. They were under a month at 0.83. They're going to get just over a month at 1.07 months for the absorption rate. The list of sold ratio did drop down 98.5% to 96.5%. So dropped down 2%, that list of sold ratio. And days on the market dropped just slightly from 54 days. That's getting close to 2 months right there, to 50 days. So that kind of dropped down a little bit in Ballston Spa. And let's not forget this. We're coming down here. Where's our hot spot in Ballston Spa? That 10 sales total right here, that 300 to 400 range. We had 4 sales, 3 in this 250 to 300. And we had 2 over the 500 range in that area. But the big spot is 300 to 400 range as far as home sales and the prices going for it. And the next one we're going to get here. Oh, we just did Queensbury. Let me come back and get the right one here. Now we want to go to Glens Falls. All right, Glens Falls. Perfect. So what do we see right here? This is kind of flatline for the second month in a row as far as active listings. It stayed at 11. Third month in a row, it stayed exactly 11. We did see the new listings spike up over here. It was actually higher than the active listings there for a short period of time at 13, but it's dropped back down. So it's 7. It came back down a little bit. Right over here, as far as average sales price was 242. Another dip coming down here to 199. So pretty significant dip in the prices right over here. Came down a little over $40,000 for the average sales price for that month. Absorption rate just slightly up, but about the same. Still hanging in there at under a month for a month of inventory here. List of sold ratio is 97%. It went to 101.8%. Days on the market took a drop. There was at 50 days on the market. Now they're at, well, look at that, right? 50.4 days. Now they're at 6 days. Wow, I had to look at that a second time to make sure I was seeing that correctly. But yes, I am. That's quite a big drop from 54 to just under a week. So they're moving out fast in that area. So be prepared. Make sure you got your pre-approval and everything all ready to go with that one. And as we come down here and we see what do we got, that big, where it's moving the most right here, under 200,000. That's where we're seeing most of these houses sell. We got that 180 to 200, that 20,000 range was worth 3 of them. Nothing over 300,000 sold in the last month there in Glens Falls right there. Okay, so that's our overview of what we got and what we're checking out there. So again, here's what I want to say. If you didn't see an area that you're interested in, like I said, I can't do them all. There's just too many spots in the capital region, but I'd be more than happy to do one, your own personal video just for you so you can get an idea of what's going on. If you got any questions, even just any real estate general questions, anything like that you want to know, reach out and get a hold of me. More than happy to help. More than happy to talk with you about that. Answer any question you might have. I also have a free home evaluation that I can do for you. If you're thinking, want to know what your house could go for on the market, let me know. I can run an evaluation for you, let you know what your home's value is as well. So for all your real estate questions, check out my information below. Reach out and get a hold of me. It's my cell phone, call or text that number. My email is even also included on there. And if you found this video valuable, please subscribe to it because I do all kinds of videos all about the capital region. We cover areas, we cover businesses, we go over market reports. I even got my investor report that's coming out in a week or so. So make sure you subscribe. You can get notified when that next video comes out. So until next month, when we got this one, or until the next video, which is coming out next week, we'll see you.